Collinsville is where it's at, so when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collinsville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a Kahok. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the chief and crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right, now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm looking back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collinsville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Hey, and a very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Camelot Bowl here in Collinsville as we get you set for a little Kahok bowling action today as your Collinsville Kahawks get ready to take on the Edwardsville Tigers. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Glad that you are with us here on the Kahok Sports Network as we welcome you in to the pregame show brought to you today by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville. Owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center. That is just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Season is winding down for the boys. They have this match left, and then they have a Wednesday date at O'Fallon, and that'll do it. They will start regional play, the boys will, on Saturday. The girls still have a couple of weeks to go before they hit that plateau. But we are here to cover the boys. We will be covering the girls 1 week from today when they take on Alton. That'll be just 3 days after the boys take off in their regional. So we'll have the place to ourselves on Monday, just the girls and myself and Coach Hay, and I'm sure the boys will be here just watching, but that's what we have planned for you. Boys today and the girls 1 week from today. So Collinsville, they come into this contest with a record of 8-5 in Southwestern Conference play. They are coached by Sean Hay. He is in his 23rd year as the basketball coach at Collinsville High School. 208 wins on the boys' side to go along with just 96 losses in those 23 years. Edwardsville, they are struggling this year. They come into this contest 0-11 under their head coach Craig Olau. He is in his 14th year, but I could not tell you his record as the IHSA does not have anything on their website about Edwardsville boys bowling records. So Collinsville at 8-5, they beat Edwardsville at Edison's back on December the 5th. They just took part in the Panther Team Challenge at St. Clair Bowl in O'Fallon on Saturday. The last Southwestern Conference match for the boys was, of course, against Belleville West. Last week we did that game for you. Lost here against Belleville West. Lost all 3 games, won 5 of the 15 head-to-head matches. Brandon Campbell won 2 of those 5 and rolled a team-high 257 in Game 3. Edwardsville, as I mentioned, they are struggling this year. Tigers the only team in the Southwestern Conference with an average under 900. They stand right now with an average of 857. Just to put that in perspective, O'Fallon and Belleville East, they're over 1,000. O'Fallon, they're in first place with 1,021 average pins per game. Belleville East, 1,018, and Collinsville right behind them, not too far away, at 991. As I mentioned, O'Fallon's in first place. They are 11-2. They play Alton today, and then they host Collinsville on Wednesday. So there is no catching the O'Fallon Panthers because Collinsville is 8-5. That's 3 games behind with only 2 left. They do still have a chance to get into second place. Belleville East holds that spot right now at a 10-3 mark. And they have a game versus Belleville West tomorrow, and then Alton on Thursday. Collinsville, as I mentioned, has Edwardsville today and O'Fallon on Wednesday. So a slight chance to get into second place, but no chance to get into first place. As far as everything else is concerned, the Panther Team Challenge on Saturday at St. Clair Bowl in Fairview Heights. The boys team took second place after the team part of the day. They finished in 4th place overall after the head-to-head bracket rounds. And Brandon Campbell finished tied for 29th. That was the highest varsity finish for the boys. Campbell rolled a 220 for his high game of the team portion, and the Kahawks did not qualify for that final bracket called after the Baker sets, which we're going to find out more about what Baker sets actually are when we talk things over with Collinsville head coach Sean Hay, which we will do that next as the Chiropractic Works pregame show continues here on the Kahawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahawk Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks! First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121. Or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We're at Camelot Bowl, getting ready for a little boys bowling action between Collinsville and Edwardsville. And joining us now is Collinsville's head coach, Sean. Hey, how you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great.
Fantastic. So tell me, what is a Baker set?
Oh, Baker?
Yeah.
Baker is where the first bowler bowls the first frame, second bowler bowls the second frame, and so on, all the way to the fifth bowler. Then it restarts over. First bowler bowls the sixth, second bowler bowls the seventh, all the way to the 10th frame, where the person who bowls the fifth and 10th frame is probably the one that's striking the most that day. So it's a different style of bowling. It basically takes the individual out of play, and it's the entire team bowls one line. So,
all right. So I guess whoever came up with that idea was named Baker.
that's my best guess.
All right. So tell me about the Panther Team Challenge and how the boys did.
Our boys did not do as well. We've been struggling a little bit as of late. As I mentioned the previous broadcast, we've been trying to get everyone on the same page, and we've seen individual benefits and individual efforts that have panned out, but then as a team, they've had a difficult time gelling. At the very end of that tournament, kind of had I know what I would call it, but a public school teacher. But I come to a certain individual moment where all of a sudden they kind of got what it is that we've been trying to do mentally all year. And so they came together as a team in the last two games. It wasn't enough to get us into the final, but leaving there with that on that note is perfect. Even though the standing sheet, it doesn't look anything amazing. But what we got out of that tournament got me really excited for this weekend coming up.
All right. Well, I hate to bust that bubble. Let's go back a couple more days before that and talk about that Belleville West game that y'all lost.
Oh, no. Belleville West, like I said, has been on a hot streak.
Yeah.
And we ended up dropping that to them. They bowled well, and we didn't. That's just the bottom line. It was kind of the part of what led into the Panther Challenge. But prior to that, we were able to beat Belleville East. So the MO is that we're beating people at their house, and they're getting us at ours, and so that's never a good thing.
Sound like the Blues there. Go to Montreal against the last place team and lose, and then go place Minnesota and win.
Yep, that's kind of how that's been going. So.
All right, so let's touch on the girls for a minute. They took place in the Carterville invite over there, and they did pretty well.
They did really well considering Sophie wasn't there. We obviously our hearts are with her today as her father passed away, and she was dealing with the funeral and stuff. So it's never good to be losing, especially your most qualified senior. And but the girls stepped up for her and dedicated it to her and her family. And so they did a fantastic job.
I know that back to the boys. I know that Edwardsville comes in struggling at 0-11 in conference play, but you can't take anything lightly in this, can you?
No. No opponent. No opponent gets taken lightly.
So what do you want to see out of your guys?
I want to see them. I'm going to have to go here in a second. Sorry about that. We got to do a moment of silence.
Yep. Okay. We'll be right back on the Kahok Sports Network.
The OrthoGold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means injured tissue, new injuries per se. Also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. you can peruse through thousands of records. From country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game, and go Kahawks. Hey, check us out. Every Sunday night, we have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet, it's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
And once again, we welcome you back to Camelot Bowl here in Collinsville. We have one more trip here scheduled for 1 week from today. We'll cover the girls against Alton, but today we are going to focus on the boys. And they are taking on the Edwardsville Tigers. And here are your five starters for each side. We'll begin with Edwardsville. They will trot out there Thomas Rice. He is a junior. Ben Molina is a freshman. Carter McFarland is a senior. Logan Bertles, a freshman, and Nevin Gooderman is a junior. Collinsville begins with Ben Sloan, a senior. Connor Hartman, also a senior. Jacob Taylor right in the middle of all the seniors. He is a junior. And then we'll finish out with two more seniors with Brandon Campbell and Cole Buckman. We are already underway. We're on lanes 25 and 26. If you look at the three blue bowling balls on your screen, we are covering the one in the middle. You can see the reflection of the one in the middle on lane 26, so we'll use that lane and the lane to the left of it, which is 25. So let's get on my chair and my perch here, and we'll get this day going. Oh, we're already underway. By the way, the girls are right next to us, the varsity girls. The JV girls are all the way up against the wall on lanes 31 and 32, but they are just playing for average. Apparently there's not enough girls to fill a JV team today for Edwardsville. And the JV boys, they are playing the Edwardsville JV boys, and they are right in between the JV girls against the wall and the varsity girls that you can see on your screen just a little bit over here on your right. Here is Connor Hartman, or excuse me, that is Jacob Taylor, the junior. And Jacob picks up a strike over on 25. And here on 26 is Ben Molina. And Molina will get himself a strike. So Collinsville starts off with three straight strikes from Ben Sloan, Connor Hartman, and Jacob Taylor. First two bowlers for Edwardsville, Thomas Rice with a spare after a gutter ball on his first ball. He got all 10 after that. And then Ben Molina came up and got himself a strike. Here is Brandon Campbell on 25 for Collinsville. He'll let it go, and he'll almost pick up a strike. That pin slid right in front of the 10-pin, or we would have started this game off with 4 strikes. Here is Carter McFarland, the senior for Edwardsville on 26. He'll pick up a strike, and we got strikes going on left and right around here all of a sudden. Brandon Campbell, he is up on 25 trying to pick up his spare. He has that 10-pin left. He'll give way to Logan Bertles, a freshman for Edwardsville on 26. And then Campbell will go. Bertles. He'll pick up a strike. Man, each team has 3 strikes. Edwardsville has 3 strikes and a spare, and now Collinsville has 3 strikes and a spare. We're going to be deadlocked after 1, eh? So that'll leave things up to the anchors for both sides. Nevin Guterman, a junior, he'll go first on 26 here for Edwardsville. And he will leave one up. So now it's up to Cole Buckman if Collinsville wants to take a lead here after 1 frame. Buckman. He rolls. Wearing glasses today. And he will leave up 1. So if both of these guys pick up their spares after 1, then we're going to be tied after 1. Nevin Guterman, he leads in every category for Edwardsville. Oh, and he misses the lone pin that he had up. 10 pin still waits Buckman. And Buckman will miss his as well. It bounced out of the gutter and got it. That won't count. So they'll have to take that off. So after 1 frame, we're going to be tied 49-49. Guterman, as I was mentioning, is the leader in all categories. Average, game high, and series high. 193 is his average for Edwardsville. 264 is his game high. And his high series also leads his fellow Tigers with a 675. Collinsville, Cole Buckman leads as far as average is concerned. He is averaging a 208 this year. And then you jump down to Brandon Campbell. He leads in game high with a 257, or excuse me, that's Mason Foley with a 299. And Mason Foley also leads in a high series with 717. I put the stars too close together and messed things up. How about that? Mason Foley is not here today as well. He is the boyfriend of young Miss Sophie Totleben, and they are apparently are, of course, at the funeral of Sophie's dad, who passed away on New Year's Day. So our hearts go out to the Totleben family, as well as Mason Foley, who is missing this action here today because of the same thing. So we're into the 2nd frame, and each first bowler starts off with a strike. Ben Sloan for Collinsville, Thomas Rice for Edwardsville. Here is Ben Molina over on lane number 25 trying to pick up his 1 pin spare. He got the 10. And now Connor Hartman over on 26 for Collinsville has the 7 remaining as he tried to pick up his spare. And he will. So we're still deadlocked at 89. We're just going to match each other the whole game, right? Here is Carter McFarland on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave up the 10 pin. And then it'll be Jacob Taylor's turn, the junior. Jacob averaging a 189 on the year. His high was 265. As McFarland throws down 25, trying to pick up that 10 pin. And he'll miss it as well. Here is Jacob Taylor on 26. It's that curveball going in there, and he'll pick up a strike. He'll start off with 2 straight strikes. Came up to me earlier and shook my hand and said, "You ready to see some world-class bowling today?" I'm like, "Yeah, do it." Logan Bertles on 25 picks up a strike for Edwardsville. And now Brandon Campbell will try to match. Brandon on the year, averaging a 207. 257 is his high. And as I mentioned, he had 2 of the 5 head-to-head match wins against Belleville West last week when we were here. Neville Guterman picks up a strike over on 25. Brandon Campbell throws his first ball down 26, and he'll pick up a strike too, so that leaves everything up to Cole Buckman for Collinsville as he steps up to 25. Girls, by the way, Casey Buckman, Cindy Freeman, Emily Dahl, Taylor Mortis, and Layla Gielko are the 5 bowlers for the varsity Lady Kahawks. As Buckman readies himself on 26. And he'll let it go. And that looks pretty good. That's a strike as well. So after 2 complete frames, Collinsville up by 2 whole pins, 139 to 137. We switch lanes again. Thomas Rice, the junior for Edwardsville, on 26, ready to throw, and there it goes. Approach that head pin from the left side. Here's Ben Sloan on 25 for the Kahawks. He'll take another strike. That's 3 in a row for Ben Sloan. He starts this game off with a turkey. Jacob Taylor has a chance to do that right after Connor Hartman throws. Connor Hartman has a chance to do it as well. No, he doesn't. Excuse me. Strike and a spare. Jacob Taylor is the only one left that can match Ben Sloan. Here is Connor Hartman on 25, and he will get a strike. So a strike, spare strike for the Collinsville senior. Here is Molina trying to get his spare. He'll only get one of the 2. Oh, excuse me, that was still Thomas Rice. There isn't anyone on 23 and 24, so those that are on 25, they don't have to wait around much to get ready to throw. But when you're on 26, you have to wait for the girls if they're stepping up first. Here is Jacob Taylor looking for a turkey to start, and he'll get one. So Ben Sloan and Jacob Taylor both start off with turkeys here for Collinsville. And here is Ben Molina, the lone freshman of the, or excuse me, one of the 2 freshmen for Edwardsville. And he'll enter that pin from the right-hand side, and he'll manage to get all of them down. So, a strike from Molina sends Carter McFarland to the line on 26, and here he goes. He'll leave up 4. Brandon Campbell already ready to go, the number 4 bowler for Collinsville. Down 25, and he'll pick up a strike as well. Every bowler is struck so far here in this 3rd frame, and the pressure is now on Cole Buckman to continue. McFarland, he's ready on 26. And he lets it go, and he will only get 2. Cole Buckman is ready on 25. Nope, now he's not because the pin setter came down. And it's stuck. So here is Logan Bertles on 26. He'll continue to go. And he'll leave up the 10 pin. 25 is still all messed up. So Bertles will have a chance to go for his 10 pin while they try to figure out what's going on with lane 25 over here. Bertles is going to be successful in his spare. Looks like 25 is off. I don't even see a light. Well, they got to get on the phone and call the front desk. Meanwhile, Nevin Gooderman, for the junior for Edwardsville, will step up on 26 as soon as the young lady from Edwardsville goes on 27. And Gooderman will leave up the 6 and the 10. I'm thinking to myself when I get here, I'm like, all right, no one on 23 and 24. This can go by faster. And now we have this delay on 25. So we're kind of stuck in a holding pattern here. So while we are, let's go ahead and take a commercial break. What do you say? All right. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries, all free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of Kahok sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former Kahawk graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions, kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior, LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors, LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors, LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors, LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Well, we're back here at Camelot Bowl, but nothing has changed. Lane 25 is still shut down. Pin setter is down. Pin sweeper is down, and there are no lights on 25, so I don't know what the holdup is or what's going on. I'm sure somebody is on it by now, but there is a possibility that this one might have to get moved. There's 25 opening up, but now the light went off. And the light's on. And the light's off. And the light's on. And the light's off. Just kidding. All right, so Buckman has still yet to throw his first ball here in frame number 3. He's the only one left that has not finished up frame 3. So he'll get his opportunity now, I believe. Somebody pay the power bill on lane 25. All right. Buckman's back up on the line. He's ready to go. Girls have moved into, well, they're almost finished with frame number 4 now. All right, here is Buckman down 25, looking for a strike, so every Collinsville bowler has a strike to begin, and yes, the third frame, nothing but strikes. Every bowler, Sloan, Hartman, Taylor, Campbell, and Buckman all with strikes, and Collinsville extends that 2-pin lead after 2 to a 29-pin lead. After 3, it's 259 to 230. Now we'll switch sides and hope that lane 25 stays up. Thomas Rice on lane 25, the junior for Edwardsville. He throws, and he'll leave a mess. Got 2 on the left, 3 on the right. Here's Ben Sloan, down 26 for Collinsville. Came in here, one of the first bowlers to show up. He'll get able to strike, and said he took a power nap and feels great. So Thomas Rice has a mess to clean up over there. 4 and the 7 on the left, and the 3-6-10 on the right. But before that happens, Connor Hartman is going to throw on 26 at that wide sweeping ball, and he leaves himself a 7-10 split. All right, guys, we already had enough delays on 25. What's going on here? Gonna find the right ball. Meanwhile, Connor Hartman, this is just a complete mess to start off with, isn't it? Connor Hartman is going to try to pick up this 7-10 split. Aiming at the 10 ball. He'll hit it head on and knock it right back straight into the back, so no side-to-side movement on that one. Here is Rice. He'll just get 1 of the 5 that he left up there, so trying to find that orange ball didn't really help much. Here's Jacob Taylor working on a turkey, and he'll leave a 7-10 split. So what's going on down there? 7-10 splits, the 7-pin and the 10-pin just stuck. Somebody Velcroed them down, didn't they, while they were fixing 25. Here's Ben Molina on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave up 5. Jacob Taylor. He now has a split to work up with, so his strikes in a row will end with a turkey. Ben Sloan, he has 4 in a row to start off with, as Taylor also picked up the 10-pin. Ben Molina on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave up 1 out of the remaining 5. What are you going to do, man? 7-10 split. Trying to make history, weren't you? Jacob Taylor's having a blast. Here is Brandon Campbell on 26. Taylor. Campbell will hit a strike as well, and he now has a turkey of his own. Meanwhile, Carter McFarland on 25 for Edwardsville. Leaves up 3. Brandon Campbell spared in his first frame, but since then, nothing but strikes. Here is Cole Buckman. Buckman looking for a turkey himself. Ladies are already a couple of bowlers into frame number 5. As Buckman lets it go down 26. Coming in from the right and got everything but the 7. McFarland on 25 trying to pick up a 3-pin spare for Edwardsville, and he will. Buckman, he's ready to try to pick up that 7-pin. There is Buckman. He'll throw it in the gutter again. Same thing he did with that 9 that he had left up there in the first frame. Here is Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave the 7 and the 4 up. So Collinsville is all finished. We're waiting for Edwardsville to finish after they had a delay while one of the bowlers was trying to look for a ball. Bertles trying to pick up that 4 and the 7 over on 25. Looks like he will, and he does. So that'll leave things up to Nevin Guterman, the junior anchor bowler here for Edwardsville. Gooderman. He'll let it rip down 25. And he'll pick up a strike. That will end frame number 4, and after 4 in the books, Collinsville extends their lead almost by 100 pins, 390 to 292. Thomas Rice on 26 for Edwardsville. Ooh, that was close to going in the gutter. He'll leave himself up a bit of a split. Not the 7-10 variety. The 2 and the 4, and then the 10 pin. Here is Sloan, and he keeps that perfect game going. 5 frames, 5 strikes for young Mr. Ben Sloan. Rice takes care of the 2 and the 4, but leaves up the 10. Here's Connor Hartman on 25 for Collinsville. That one looks good. And a strike. 3 strikes in the first 5 frames for Connor Hartman. Ben Molina up for Edwardsville. Bowler number 2 for the Tigers. Down 26 it goes. Comes in from that right-hand side, and he'll take care of all of them. Jacob Taylor, after he couldn't pick up that 7-10 split, back on 25. He'll not leave himself anything of the sort there. So 4 strikes in his first 5 frames. As Carter McFarland steps up now for Edwardsville on 26. He lets it fly. And he'll take care of all of them as well. Back-to-back strikes for Edwardsville. Collinsville, they had all strikes in the 3rd, working on the same thing here in the 5th with Brandon Campbell and Cole Buckman left to go, and here is Campbell on 25. He'll take another strike. Logan Bertles on 26 trying to answer, as that is the head-to-head matchup, Campbell and Bertles will leave up 3. And Cole Buckman will see if he can make it 5 straight strikes in the 5th once again for Collinsville. Buckman ready on 25. And here it goes. Looking good. There you go. 5 straight strikes in the 3rd, 5 straight strikes in the 5th. See if we can keep this gravy train growing here, huh? Nevin Gooderman has yet to throw on 26 for Edwardsville. He'll see if he can match that strike by Cole Buckman. And he will. So back to the top, frame number 6. Girls are a couple bowlers into frame number 6, so the boys are catching up after a little bit of a delay there while lane 25 was down. And Thomas Rice in the gutter. He was real close to doing that over here on 26 a moment ago. Here is Ben Sloan on 26 for Collinsville. He'll keep a perfect game going. 6 frames, 6 strikes. So Thomas Rice, who threw a gutter ball on his very first ball of this match and then picked up the spare, will have to do the same thing over on 25. But first, here is Connor Hartman on 26 for Collinsville. He'll leave up the 4 and the 7. Rice on 25 will not get as lucky this time to pick up a 10-pin spare. He'll leave up 3. So Hartman on 26 will have the 4 and the 7 to deal with. Coach Sean Hay positions himself in between the varsity boys and the varsity girls, as Hartman is ready to go on 26, trying to pick up his spare. He's going to miss. Saw that when it left his hand. It was going to go too far over to the left. Here is Ben Molina for Edwardsville on 25. He'll pick up a strike. And that is back-to-back strikes for Mr. Molina. And now back up to the only junior in the starting five for Collinsville, Jacob Taylor. Taylor on 26. Brings it in from the right, picks up another strike. Back-to-back strikes, and Taylor has 5 strikes in his first 6 frames. Here is Carter McFarland on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave up 1. As Buckman gets ready, or excuse me, Brandon Campbell gets ready on 26 for the Kahawks. Campbell has 4 strikes in a row after starting with a spare in his first frame, so he's going for 5 straight. As he comes in from the right, and he'll leave 2 up. McFarland on 25 has 1 pin to pick up. He does. Logan Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville. Had his first open frame in the 5th. And the freshman lets it go on 25. He'll miss the head pin, but knock down 7 of the 10 anyway. Brandon Campbell has the 6 and the 10 left up over here on 26. It's on the way. And Campbell will take care of his spare. Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville, throws one in the gutter. Cole Buckman readies himself on 26. Right now, Cole is the only one that has open frames for Collinsville in this first match. He knocked down 9 in the first, missed the 1 pin, knocked down 9 in the 4th, and missed the 1 pin. Buckman vying for a strike here before Nevin Guterman can go for the Tigers, and he will. Back-to-back strikes for Buckman as Nevin Guterman is working on a turkey himself. And there he goes, down 25. He'll leave up 2. Girls are 2 bowlers into frame 7. And after this throw by Guterman, the boys will be on game number 7 as well. Here is Guterman's try on 25, and he'll get 1 of the 2. Keep my eye on the girls over here because they are backwards on the screen from where the boys are. Collinsville's boys got the screen on the right, but the girls have the screen. No, they have the screen on the right too. No, wait a minute, I got that backwards. Collinsville's got the screen on the left for the boys, and the girls have the screen on the right. So I just have to remember that. Here's Ben Sloan. Down 25 he goes. And he'll pick up another strike. That's 7 in a row. Thomas Rice leaves up 1 on 26. The girls look like they're in a comfortable lead as well. Right now they're midway through the 7th, and Collinsville has a lead of 539 to 329. Here is Connor Hartman on 25 for Collinsville. Hartman has 3 strikes and an open frame in the last frame. So besides Buckman, that was the only other open frame. Actually, he has 2, so I missed that totally. So does Jacob Taylor. I forgot about his 7-10 split. So forget what I said like 5 minutes ago. Here is Rice on 26 trying to pick up that 6 pin, and he'll miss it. Jacob Taylor, Jacob Taylor up on 25, going for another turkey. Started off with a turkey, had that 7-10 split. No, he throws one in the gutter. No. Here is Ben Molina on 26 for Edwardsville. He'll take another strike. That's 3 in a row for him. He'll pick up a turkey. Jacob Taylor will have to get the old 10-pin spare here. And he does. 7-pin took a minute to fall, but it did. And Carter McFarland steps up on 26 for Edwardsville. He lets it go. He'll take a strike as well. 2 strikes out of his last 3 frames. Here is Brandon Campbell. Campbell on 25. He lets it go. That'll come in from the right side and take them all down. Logan Bertles on 26. He'll miss the head pin, and he'll leave up the 1, 3, 6, and the 10. So Campbell, 5 strikes out of his last 6 frames. He has a spare in the first and a spare in the 6th. Cole Buckman is up looking for a turkey. Buckman, he's ready on 25. And here he goes. Leaves the 10. Bertles on 26, trying to pick up his 4-pin spare, and he will hit the head pin, and that's it. Buckman has the 10-pin left. He had the 10-pin in the first frame, too, and he missed it, so he's going to try a different ball, I believe. Has that sky blue ball with a couple of puffy clouds on it, and it is on the way. And that one is successful. Girls have just started the 8th. Collinsville up 578 to 354. And Nevin Gooderman trying to end the 7th frame here for the boys' side. And he'll leave up 1, so he'll have 1 more shot. So one more pin for Gooderman, and the boys will be moving to the 8th. The girls are just getting finished with their first bowlers of the 8th. Here is Gooderman on 26 to send us to the 8th frame, and he'll do so after a miss. So after 7 in the books, Collinsville boys up 705 to 522. Comfortable lead for the boys as they head into frame number 8. As Cindy Freeman throws down 27 for the Kahawks. Leaves up a couple. Here is Thomas Rice on 25 for the boys. He'll leave up 2. Ben Sloan, he's ready on 26 for the Kahawks. And that'll come in and take care of all of them. That is 8 straight strikes in 8 frames for Mr. Ben Sloan. He's trying to hang in that rarefied air of Mason Foley in his 299 he got a few weeks ago. Thomas Rice on 25, trying to pick up his spare. He will. Here's Connor Hartman on 26 for Collinsville. And he'll leave up the 10. Ben Molina on 25 for Edwardsville. Has that slower ball come in there, but he had the head pin pretty much pegged, but still the 10-pin stands. So the 10-pin stands for both Edwardsville and Collinsville here, as Connor Hartman will be the first to go on 26. And he'll miss it and throw it in the gutter. Molina, see if he fares better on 25. He will. Jacob Taylor now steps up on 26 for Collinsville. He lets it fly. Curta in there, and the 10-pin stays. That's 3 in a row now on 25 and 26, where the 10-pin has stayed. Connor McFarland's going to try to end that on 25 for Edwardsville, and he'll leave up the 7, so it's just the opposite side. Jacob Taylor ready on 26 to try to pick up his 1-pin spare. He will throw it in the gutter. Carter McFarland will try the number 7 pin over there and hope for a better turnout than did Taylor. He'll miss it as well. He had that ball heading in the right direction, but it didn't start breaking soon enough. Brandon Campbell on 26 now for Collinsville. Down the lane it goes, and Campbell will pick up another strike. That's back-to-back strikes for the Collinsville senior. Here is Logan Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville. That one hugged the gutter line as well, and he'll leave himself a little bit of a mess. The 1, 2, and the 4, and then the 10. Cole Buckman is ready to go on 26. Cole is ready. And away it goes. There you go. Logan Bettis, the freshman, on 25. In a gutter. So the only bowler left is Nevin Guterman, who will send us to the 9th frame. The girls still are waiting on something over here. What are they waiting on? I don't know. Collinsville still has Taylor Mortis and Layla Giauco to throw, and Edwardsville's already finished over here for the girls, and everybody's just kind of standing around, not sure why. Here is Guterman on 25, and he will leave up 2, just a small split, has the 2 and the 7 pin remaining. No, I think we're waiting for Edwardsville. We are. Never mind, wrong side. See, I forgot to do the flip of the screens up here. Guterman, he still has 2 pins to get, the 2 and the 7. And it's on its way. And it'll work. Just nip that 2 pin over on the right-hand side, kicked over to get that 7. After 8 frames, Collinsville, they have a commanding lead, 8-11 to 5-95. 9th frame coming up. And now they're having problems on the girls' side of things as Coach Hay is on the little phone. Here's Ben Sloan down 25 for the Kahawks, and he'll leave up that 7 pin. Couldn't buy that 9th strike. Boo, everybody says. Tough crowd. Thomas Rice on 26. He'll pick up a strike. I don't know what they're waiting on. Are they missing a ball? Is that what's going on? The ball return didn't work. Sloan picking up that 7 pin over on 25, and he'll miss it, so. Yeah, it happens, he said. Ruined the perfect game, and he couldn't get the spare either. Here is Ben Molina on 26. He'll get a strike as well. Back-to-back team strikes for Edwardsville to start the 9th off with. Connor Hartman over on 25 for Collinsville. And he lets it fly. Comes in again from the right, and good for a strike. So, of course, Connor comes back to Ben Sloan and says, that's how you do it, man. Here is Carter McFarland on 26. He'll leave the 10 pin. Pin kind of rolled into it, but it just wobbled for a moment. Did not fall down. Jacob Taylor on 25 for Collinsville. And he'll pick up another strike. Carter McFarland has the 10 pin on 26. And he'll just get it. Brandon Campbell on 25 for Collinsville. I think that one of the bowlers is no longer with us over here on the girls' side, because bowler D, or bowler number 4, has been wiped off the screen. Or almost, it's kind of faded. Strike for Campbell. Here is Bertles on 26. He'll leave up 1. And he will give way for Cole Buckman on 25 first. So Buckman looking for back-to-back strikes. And it's on the way. And not going to happen on the back-to-back strikes. Here is Bertles trying to pick up his one lone pin, and he will. Buckman will try to do the same before Nevin Gooderman will step up and into the 9th frame here on the boys' side. They're into the 9th now on the girls' side. Collinsville well out in front of that one as well, 665 to 391. Gooderman on 26 for Edwardsville. Missed that head pin. Here is Buckman trying to pick up his spare, and he will. So Gooderman will try to pick up his spare before we move to the all-important 10th frame. Gooderman ready to go. And wait a little bit for the young lady on his varsity girls team to finish up. But now Nevin is ready. And it's on the way. He'll take care of the 3. 10-pin stays after 9 complete. Collinsville 908, Edwardsville 670. We switch sides for the final frame of this first matchup. And here is Thomas Rice on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll pick up a strike. He's on a little bit of a roll here lately. Nobody cheered for him. Here's Sloan. He'll take another strike after his first frame without a strike in the 9th. So 2 more opportunities coming up here for Mr. Sloan. Another 2 opportunities coming up for Thomas Rice, the junior for Edwardsville, and he'll begin the first one on 25 right now. This is the head pin on that one. Ben Sloan on 26. He'll leave up a couple. One more throw for Thomas Rice, and his first game will be finished. He'll take a spare to complete it, and Thomas Rice ends up with a 146. Ben Sloan trying to pick up a spare to end it. He will, and a very respectable 257 for Ben Sloan. The only 2 frames he didn't strike in was the 9th and the 10th. Here is Ben Molina on 25 now for Edwardsville. He'll leave up a slight split, nothing major, a 3 and a 10 pin. So Sloan definitely wins the head-to-head battle against Rice. Here is Connor Hartman. He'll leave up the 10 pin on 26. The ladies are just now to their last bowlers in the 9th, so their little delay allowed the boys to catch up almost by 1 full frame. Just the 10 pin was the only thing that Molina can get down, so his first match will come to a close with a 195. Going up against Connor Hartman. Hartman right now sitting at a 152 with this 10 pin to pick up, and if he gets that one, he'll get 1 more ball. And he'll miss, so he'll end up with that 152. So Molina wins the head-to-head match. And meanwhile, Carter McFarland over on 25 picks up a strike. He's going head-to-head with Jacob Taylor. And right now, Taylor with a 10-pin lead, but that's even after Carter McFarland already threw his ball. So Taylor lets it go down 26, and he will pick up a strike and have a couple of more chances here. So after each threw a strike, Taylor has a 30-pin lead. Here's McFarland down 25 on his second ball in the 10th. He will not pick up a strike this time. He'll leave up the 3, 6, and the 10. Jacob Taylor steps back up, ready to go with his second one here in the 10th. And he'll go back-to-back strikes in the 10th, make that a turkey actually with the strike in the 9th. Here is McFarland down 25. So McFarland is finished with a 164. And with one more ball left, Taylor will win that head-to-head matchup as he sits right now at 204. And Taylor down 26 will turkey the 10th. 4 in a row to end the game, and he'll end up with a 214. So 2 of the 3 head-to-heads have already been decided. Collinsville has gotten 2 of those 3. As Brandon Campbell steps up on 26. Meanwhile, Logan Bertles knocked down 7 in his first throw on 25. And Campbell with a strike to start off the 10th. He's already well over 200. As Bertles tries to pick up a spare on 25, he will. So one more throw for the freshman before the first game comes to an end. Campbell, he's ready to step up. On 26 for Collinsville. And back-to-back strikes. That, for Campbell, is 5 in a row. Here is Bertles on 25 with his last throw, and he'll end up with a 146. Campbell has one more throw coming his way. He's going to end up with more than Ben Sloan, and Sloan had 8 straight strikes to start this game. This is 9 straight strikes for Campbell, trying to end it with 10, and he does. And he will end up with a very robust 268. Here is Nevin Gooderman down 25 for Edwardsville. He'll pick up a strike to start off his 10th frame. Cole Buckman getting himself ready on 26. He'll have to wait for his female counterpart on 27. Now Buckman's ready to go. And here it is. He will leave up 1. Gooderman for Edwardsville. Looking for back-to-back strikes here in the 10th. Not going to be successful that time. He didn't hit the head pin. Try for Buckman over here on 26. And Cole lets it fly. And he'll take care of it for one more ball. One last throw for Gooderman. And it's on the way on 25. He'll knock down the 1 and the 3, and that's it. And Gooderman will end up with a 145. As Buckman has one more ball left, and he's already at 184. So Collinsville will win 4 of the 5 head-to-head matches, and they'll win this first game to take a pretty good-sized lead. Buckman readies his last throw on 26. And there it goes. He'll leave a split. And Collinsville wins the first matchup, 1,082 pins to 796, as Buckman ends up with a 191 and wins the head-to-head with the Gooderman. Girls are almost finished, so we'll stick around here for just a second. And I don't know. Well, Collinsville's score is still up there. The girls on the Edwardsville side's already been taken down. They will definitely win. I'll just have to figure out the other score. I didn't write it down. I was waiting for the whole game to end, but they took it down real quick. Boys are ready to start game number 2 here in just a moment, as Layla J. the freshman sensation for the girls team, takes her last throw down 27 and ends up with a spare. And the girls wind up with 875 pins in their first match. And I will have to find out the score on the other one. Now, Mason Ben had a chance at 300, but he had a one-pin stand in that 9th frame. And that is where we are after one complete game. We will take a break, and we'll come back and maybe talk things over with Coach Sean Hay, and we will do that here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipStLouis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Once again, welcome back to Camelot Bowl. My name is Todd Duke, and Coach Sean Hay joins us on the other microphone. All right, so before we get to the boys, what happened to the girls? It looked like Edwardsville lost a girl in the middle of that game.
Yeah, apparently she had like a migraine attack and had to leave, and they didn't have a bench, so they're going to be down a bowl.
Okay, I got you. All right, so let's talk about the boys, man. How about that start for Ben Sloan?
It's pretty good. I mean, he's clearly capable of being that all the time. I mean, so it was nice to see him. Apparently, one of the things we've been talking about is getting enough sleep. And
I know. I saw him come in here. He's like, I took a power nap.
Yep. So it's one of those things where, as a lot of times, especially young athletes, don't really understand how important sleep is, and that's true across any sport, but especially one where you have to focus and get your turn. So if anybody else is listening, to make sure athletes get you need your full 8.
You need your full sleep. Brandon Campbell ended up coming back way back and ended up having a better game than Ben Sloan did at 268.
That's the power of spares right there. And that is the power of spares. So he stayed on his spares and ended up to just jumping a little bit ahead.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest.
We'll try to.
All right. That is Sean Hay, the Collinsville head coach here, and I will step aside here for just a moment. They're both underway, boys and girls. The boys just finished up their first frame, and Collinsville has they're trailing 67-61. So we're early on. That's just the first frame, so things will kind of work themselves out. Girls are just underway in the first frame. They're halfway through frame number 1. So I'm going to step aside for just a moment and take care of some business and let you enjoy the sights and sounds of Camelot Bowl. I am back. Did you miss me? All right, we are into the third frame here for the boys. And right now, Collinsville in trailing by 5 pins. Like I said, still early. We just started the third. Girls are almost finished with the second. Well, Edwardsville ladies are down 1 bowler, so it's 5 against 4. As we get back to action here on the boys' side, on lane 25, that is Ben Molina. And Mr. Molina will pick himself up a strike. Back-to-back strikes for Molina, as he had a split in the first frame and missed both. Connor Hartman on 26 leaves up 4. Here is Carter McFarland on 25 for the Tigers. And he will take care of all of those. I'm going to move my chair over a little bit. Oh, and Mr. Jacob Taylor with a strike. He will start off with a turkey here in the second game. Logan Bertles, the freshman on 25. Man, that thing just hugged that line going into the gutter, but it never did go in. He'll knock down about 3 of them. Brandon Campbell steps up now. Campbell on 26. And he will leave the 10 pin up. Bertles on 25, failed to pick up his spare. Campbell on 26 will have to wait as Casey Buckman, the sister of Cole Buckman, throws first down 27. And then he will wait for Nevin Guterman over on 25 to throw his first ball, which is on the way. He'll just barely nick that head pin from the left-hand side and leave up 1. Buckman trying to pick off that 10 pin down there, and he will. Buckman started off, Campbell started off with an open frame in the first. Knocked down 9, couldn't pick up the 1 pin. Had a strike in the second, and now a spare here in the third. As Guterman has 2 straight spares to start off with, going for his third, and he will miss it. Cole Buckman, who has 2 strikes to start off this second game, going for a turkey to start game number 2 and try to keep pace with his teammate Jacob Taylor. Buckman, he's ready on 26. There it goes, and he'll miss the head pin. It still knocks it down anyway. Got a backdoor strike. Missed the head pin, but the 2 pin rocked back and forth for a minute and then fell into the 1 pin. Yeah, backdoor strikes, man, those are rare. Turkey for Buckman. And after 3 frames, Collinsville still trail. Oh, no, excuse me, they're ahead now by 6 pins. Here's Ben Sloan, had 8 strikes to start off that first match and now leaves the 10. And in this match, a strike, a spare, a strike, and now a possible spare. Meanwhile, Thomas Rice on 26 takes care of all of them. Here is Sloan trying to hit his 10 pin, and he does. So strike, spare for Sloan to start off this second game. Connor Hartman due up next, and he's had a little bit of a rough go. He has an open frame in the first 3 at 8, and then he missed the 2 in the first frame. Had a split with 7 down, but missed them all in the second frame, and then threw a gutter ball and got down 6 in the third frame. Here he is in the fourth, and he'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Ben Molina on 26. And he'll curve it on in there, and he'll get himself a strike. Hartman trying to pick up a spare on 25. That's a turkey for Molina. There is Hartman. He'll miss. So Hartman, first 4 frames of this second matchup, all open. Carter McFarland for Edwardsville on 26. He'll hit that head pin right on and leave up 1. Jacob Taylor on 25. He'll make sure all of them go down. That's a 4-bagger to start off with for young Mr. Taylor. The only junior of the 5 bowlers to throw here in this one. As McFarland is trying to pick up his 1 pin. It's on the way. And he'll miss it just a tad bit wide to the right. Brandon Campbell on 25 for Collinsville. He lets it go. He'll pick up a strike. Second strike in this second match for Mr. Campbell. While Logan Bertles will leave up the 6 and the 10 on 26 for Edwardsville. Bowling alley is no place to be if you've got a headache. Lots of noise in these places. Cole Buckman on 25. Apparently that's what happened to one of the Lady Tigers bowlers. So they're down a bowler over here on 27 and 28 for girls varsity. And they don't have a JV team for the girls here today, so there wasn't even a bowler that could take her place. Here is Buckman with a strike to close out frame number 4. Bertles trying to pick up his spare on 26, and he'll miss. And that'll leave things up to Nevin Gooderman for Edwardsville to close out frame number 4. Girls are just completing frame number 3. Actually, they have completed frame number 3. Collinsville up front, 234 to 124. There is Gooderman. He's ready on 26. He lets it fly. It comes in from the right side, leaves the 10. So one more throw for the junior. Edwardsville has 1 senior. That's Carter McFarland, and he's the 3rd bowler. Got a junior at the top and a junior at the bottom. And then a freshman in the number 2 and the number 4. And in between all of them is the lone senior as Gooderman gets his spare. Collinsville stays out front after 4 frames, 338 to 309. Ben Sloan, he's ready on 26 for the Kahawks. There it goes. Hits it from the wrong side, but still managed to get a strike out of it. So it seems like Sloan in this game wants to go every other frame as a strike. Strike in the 1st, spare in the 2nd, strike in the 3rd, spare in the 4th, strike in the 5th. Here's Thomas Rice in the 5th for Edwardsville. He'll match Ben Sloan. And for Rice, he has 4 strikes and an open frame in the 3rd. Here's Connor Hartman on 26 for Collinsville. Swings it in, but misses that head pin, and he'll leave up the 1, 2, and the 10. Ben Molina on 25 for Edwardsville. There it goes. In the gutter. Hartman has a slight mess to deal with. 1, 2, 10. Hit it just right, you can take care of it, or hit it hard enough. That looks just right. Oh, couldn't get that 1 pin over there, and that 10 pin stays. So Connor Hartman having some bad luck here, man. That's 5 open frames out of the 5 here in this second match. Here's Jacob Taylor. Taylor down 26. And he'll get too much head pin, leave up the 6 and the 10. Carter McFarland, the only senior for Edwardsville, throwing here on the varsity side, lets her go. Gets that last-minute curve, but leaves up the 10. Jacob Taylor had his streak of 4 straight strikes come to a close. Trying to pick up a spare, and he'll only pick up the 6. McFarland on lane 25 for Edwardsville, trying to take care of the 10 pin. He'll miss. Logan Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville will go up before Brandon Campbell. And here is the throw from Bertles. It hugs that line and moves over just a bit, and he'll take 3. Brandon Campbell ready to go on 26. And he'll hit that head pin slightly off to the left, and he'll leave up the 3 and the 10. Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville. He's ready. And it's off. Makes that turn toward the middle. Got the head pin, but just not enough of it. And he'll leave up 5 of the 10. Here is Brandon Campbell. And he'll just take care of the 10. So Campbell will pick up his second open frame. Meanwhile, Nevin Gooderman will step up on 25 for the Tigers before Cole Buckman has a chance to continue his hot streak here. 4 straight strikes to start off game number 2. Gooderman will take a strike to end the 5th frame for Edwardsville. Here is Buckman. Buckman ready on 26. He lets it go. And he'll pick up 5 straight strikes to start off game number 2. And after 5 in the books, Collinsville leads 441 to 381. Girls are just beginning the 5th frame, and the Lady Kahawks have a lead 315 to 171. Edwardsville, I'll remind you, is missing a bowler, so it's 5 against 4. We'll switch lanes over on 25. Ben Sloan is ready to go. 8 straight strikes to start off that first game with before he had a spare in the 9th. And then another spare in the 10th. And another strike for Sloan. So back-to-back strikes after he was doing the strike, spare thing. Here's Thomas Rice for Edwardsville on 26. He'll leave up just the 10 pin. That is not Connor Hartman on 25. Hayden LeDrew, I believe. Meanwhile, Jacob Taylor is already up at 25. After 5 straight open frames for Connor Hartman, Coach A made the decision to replace him midway through the second game, as Taylor, who started off with 4 straight strikes before he had an open frame in the last one, leaves 3 up. Rice misses the 10 pin for Edwardsville. Not sure if Edwardsville changed out a bowler as well. Taylor picks up all of his. Tristan Ariana has taken the place of Bertles, according to the sheet that I have here. Brandon Campbell gets a strike on 25. Here is Ben Molina on 26, picking up that 10 pin. Cole Buckman on 25. Collinsville with 3 strikes and a spare here in this 6th frame. Here is Buckman. Hayden LeDrew definitely came into the game. Figured that's who it was. He came in for a little bit in the last time I was here. Tristan Ariana. 2 up after Carter McFarland just hit a strike. I think. No? Still looks like Bertles. Collinsville is finished. Buckman hit a strike to end the 6th. Collinsville got 4 strikes and a spare in that 6th frame. One more throw here for the number 4 bowler for Edwardsville. And then we'll get down to Nevin Guterman. He'll miss. So Nevin Guterman, who rolled a 145 his first time up, will finish the 6th for us over here. Girls are just beginning the 6th. 394 to 203 for Collinsville. And here is Guterman. Down 26 it goes. And he'll pick up a strike. We head to the 7th. Collinsville still up front, 521 to 457. Ben Sloan up first on 26 for the Kahawks. He lets it fly. And he'll leave up 1. Thomas Rice picks up a spare on 25 for Edwardsville, while Sloan will try to handle this 4-pin on 26. And he will miss it. Molina up on 25 for the Tigers. Strike. Back-to-back strikes for Edwardsville to start the 7th. Here is Hayden LeDrew for Collinsville. He'll let it go down 26. And LeDrew will pick up a strike. LeDrew is a freshman. Took the place of the senior Connor Hartman, who is struggling with 5 open frames in the first 5 of this 2nd set. Carter McFarland, he'll leave up 1. That'll be the 6th pin. Jacob Taylor for Collinsville on 26 lets it fly. We're moving along now. He'll take a strike as well. 5 strikes in the first 7 frames of this match. 6th pin remains for McFarland, and he'll take care of it. Brandon Campbell will step up for Collinsville on 26. Nicely done. Campbell, back-to-back strikes. Ariana on 25 picks up a strike. Striking all over the place around here. Collinsville has 3, and that was the third one for Edwardsville. Kahawks have an open frame other than the strike, and a spare for Edwardsville other than the strike. One more bowler to go each side. Here is Cole Buckman on 26 for Collinsville. Buckman. Down 26 it goes. And a 10-pin stays. It was a good shot. 10-pin didn't cooperate. Devin Gooderman on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave up one as well. Buckman will try it his first. He has the 10-pin. And it's on the way. 10-pin is no longer standing. Gooderman has the 4-pin left over on 25, and then we will end the 7th. Just starting the 7th on the girls' side. Collinsville still up 509 to 234. Gooderman down 25. Will miss the 4-pin. We will go to the 8th frame. Collinsville still out front, 637 to 544. And they call him the Red Rocket. Ben Sloan picks up another strike. So does Thomas Rice. Back-to-back strikes for Mr. Rice. He has 6 strikes in this second matchup. Close matchup between him and Sloan. Right now, Sloan up by 5 pins. LeDrew will leave up the 10-pin. Here's Molina on 26. He'll have himself a split to deal with. LeDrew just has the 10-pin. Molina has the 4 and the 9 left up. LeDrew on 25. He's up first to try to pick off that 10-pin, and he will. We'll see what Ben Molina can do on 26 with this 4 and this 9. And that's not, tried it, man. That's what you had to do. Nip that 4-pin on the left-hand side, knock it into the 9, but he just missed on that left-hand side. Here is Taylor, and he will leave up the 7-pin. Carter McFarland on 26 for Edwardsville. Down 26 it goes. That's a strike. Taylor trying to pick up that 7-pin on 25. He will. On 26 for Edwardsville. Right down the middle for a strike. Now Brandon Campbell's turn on 25. That was Ariana. Okay. Coach walked by, so I wanted to make sure. Here is Nevin Guterman on 26. He'll pick up a strike, and that'll end the 8th frame for Edwardsville. And Cole Buckman trying to match. Cole started off with 6 straight strikes here in this second matchup until he picked up a spare in frame number 7, the last frame. Now here we are in 8, and Buckman ready to go down 25. There it goes. And he'll pick up another strike. So after 8 in the books, Collinsville up 746 to 630. 2 more frames left to go. Girls are just now starting frame number 8. 593 for Collinsville, 251 for the short-handed Lady Tigers. They only have 4 bowlers. And another strike for Ben Sloan. Back-to-back strikes for him. That's 6 in this second matchup. Here is Thomas Rice trying to answer. He'll leave up the 10 pin on 25. Hayden LeDrew on 26, the freshman for the Kahawks. Swings it in there and leaves up the 10, just like Thomas Rice. Or excuse me, no, yeah. Rice still has yet to throw down that ball. He's the first bowler. LeDrew is the second. Here goes Rice after his 10 pin. He'll take care of it. And now LeDrew will have his opportunity. LeDrew steps up. And he's ready. He'll miss. Ben Molina on 25. For the Tigers. Strike. That's 2 in a row. Or excuse me. That's 5 in this second frame. Here is Taylor. He'll leave up 2 pins. That would be the 4 and the 7. As Carter McFarland steps up on lane 25. He lets it fly. And he'll pick up a strike. As Taylor will try to pick up his spare on 26. He does. Tristan Ariana. Down 25 it goes for Edwardsville, and he will also leave up the 4 and the 7. Brandon Campbell's turn on 26 for Collinsville. After the young lady from Edwardsville with the different color sections of jeans. There's Campbell. On 26, brings that in nice with that little spin. He will pick up his 4th strike in a row, will Brandon Campbell. Meanwhile, Ariana misses the 4 and the 7 over on 25. Now it's down to the anchor bowlers on both sides here at the end of the 9th. Cole Buckman on 26 will go first for Collinsville. Buckman. Down 26. It goes. Strike to end the 9th. 2 in a row for Buckman. 8 strikes in this first 9 frames of the second match for the Kahok senior. Here is Gooderman for Edwardsville. He'll pick up a strike as well. That'll do it for frame number 9 for both teams. Collinsville stays out front, 8:52 to 7:33. One throw for Miss Layla Jaelko on lane 28. She's got that 10 pin sitting over there in the corner, and they'll be done with the 8th for the girls. And she'll take care of that, and Collinsville will stay well out in front of the short-handed Tigers. 8:57 to 271 as Thomas Rice throws his first in the 9th, down 26. And here is Ben Sloan doing the same on 25, and he'll pick up a strike. That's a turkey for Sloan. One more coming up for Sloan. He'll have another one after this. Rice has to pick up that spare before he'll get a chance at another one. Here is Sloan first, and he'll take care of all of them again. That's 4 in a row for Sloan. Rice down 26, trying to pick up the 3-6-10, and he'll only hit the 3. So his second game will come to a close with a 186. That is 40 pins better than his first game of 146. Sloan had a 257 his first go-around. 8 straight strikes in that first match. Here's his last throw in the second game, and he'll have a turkey in the 10th and end up with 6 in a row to give him a 227. So Sloan will win head-to-head matchup number 2. And here is Ben Molina. Ooh, a split on 26. That's not how you want to go into the 10th frame, that's for sure. The pins sometimes cooperate, sometimes don't. Here is the freshman Hayden LeDrew on 25 for Collinsville. He came in midway through this game for Connor Hartman after Hartman opened up with 5 straight open frames, and that doesn't look good for LeDrew. He'll leave up the 7 pin and then the 6 and the 10 on the other side. Molina goes for the split. He'll just take out the 1 on the left. And his second game has come to a close with a 160. That is 35 pins, less than his first offering of 195. LeDrew on 25 has his work cut out for him, but here is Carter McFarland first on 26 for Edwardsville. Right on that head pin, and he'll take care of all of them. That'll be a turkey for McFarland, as LeDrew will deal with his mess on 25 right now. It's on the way. Oh, yeah! What a great pickup there by LeDrew. Had that 6-10 and the 7, and he hit that 6 pin as far to the right-hand side as you could, and it knocked it right over into the 7 pin. Nice job by the Kahok freshman. Here is McFarland on 26. Trying to pick up strike number 2, and he will. So one more ball for LeDrew, a hard-earned spare on that last throw. He'll give way to McFarland. Nope, no, LeDrew's going to go first. LeDrew, his final throw after coming in halfway for Connor Hartman. And it's on the way. He'll pick up a strike to end it with. And he'll end up with a 135 as McFarland ends up with a turkey in the 10th and 6 in a row. So Ben Molina will win his second head-to-head matchup. Carter McFarland ends up with a 226, and his counterpart Jacob Taylor throwing right now, and Taylor hits a strike in his first ball of the 10th. Here is Trishan Ariana on 26 for Edwardsville. He'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Yes, it was Don Taylor. That was a nice pick. Jacob Taylor, ball number 2 here in the 10th. It's on the way. And another strike. As Trishan Ariana misses on 26, so he came in for Logan Bertles here in this game and ends up with a 109, far off of the 146 that Bertles put up in that first match. Taylor trying to better the 226 for McFarland. I don't think he can. I'm not sure. My math skills are lacking. He'll strike out that 10th, though. Turkey in the 10th. And he will end up with a 224. That's what I thought. 2 pins off. So McFarland wins that head-to-head matchup by 2 pins. There it is, Nevin Gooderman on 26. He's the anchor bowler for Edwardsville. He'll leave 1 up while Brandon Campbell, the 4th bowler in line for Collinsville, goes. Campbell on 4 straight strikes. Here is his try at the 5th straight. And not good. 4-7 on the left, 10 on the right. But he has already beaten the 109 put up by Tristan Ariana, so there'll be another head-to-head matchup win for Collinsville here. Here is Gooderman on 26 for Edwardsville. He'll pick up the spare and have one more throw coming his way. Girls have just started the 10th. There's a throw by Campbell, and he'll take care of the 4 and the 7, but that's all he's going to be able to get. And he will end up with a 192, but he'll still win the head-to-head matchup. As Gooderman has one more ball coming his way, then his second game of the night will be over. And he'll pick up a strike to end with a 192. As Cole Buckman steps up on 25, he already sits at a 219, so Collinsville will win that head-to-head matchup as well. Just a question of how much. Everything's been a strike for Cole Buckman here in this one except for frame 7 where he had a spare. And he'll have to pick up a spare here in the 10th. He wants an extra ball. So Buckman still going. 873 is what Edwardsville ended up with. That's better than the 796 they had in their first match. Here's Buckman trying to pick up his spare, and he'll miss it. Oh, boy, what a hard ending that is. So Buckman will end up with a 246, but way better than his 191 in that first match. So Collinsville, they win 3 of the 5 head-to-head matches. They won 4 of the 5 in the first match, and Collinsville ends up with 1,024 pins, so a little bit less than their first one of 1,082, but they still managed to win the game and the head-to-head battles. The girls are almost finished up over here on 27 and 28. We'll stick around for just a bit. See how that one ends up. Meanwhile, Thomas Rice on 26 will go ahead and get game number 3 started. Just one more bowler for the Edwardsville Lady Tigers over here on 27, and Taylor Mortis is up on 28, and then they'll have Layla Jayoko, and then the girls' side will be over. Meanwhile, Rice picks up his spare as we're already underway over here for game number 3. Ben Sloan needs to wait a moment before he throws because the screen's not ready, I think. He'll pick up a strike. Sloan will. Okay, they got it up there just in time, didn't they? Ben Molina on 26 for Edwardsville. He will leave up 1. One, two, three, 4 strikes in a row for Taylor Mortis. Going for 5 over there on 28. She'll not get that strike, but she'll end up with a very good 232. Back-to-back gutter balls here by the young lady wearing the different colored jeans. I don't know what her name is, but she ended with a 56. Sorry, Coach. I'm just kind of paying attention to the girls as they wrap up here.
That's okay.
So the boys are they're pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, we had Connor was having a little trouble, but made a sub, brought in a freshman.
Yeah, I understand why you did that. 5 open frames to start off that second match.
Yeah, you can't. You know, I was trying to let him work through it, but it wasn't. He was just struggling a little bit, so something to work on in practice. So
Hayden LeDrew came in and did a fantastic job, though.
He did. He came in a little bit earlier last week and struggled a little bit, but freshman, first time coming up to varsity, that kind of stuff happens. So I wanted to show him that I had confidence in him, and he's starting to put it together a little bit.
Cole Buckman had an outstanding game. Even though he ended with a 246, I know he didn't pick up that spare in the 10th, but, man, he was rolling right along and only had 1 spare and the rest strikes.
Yeah, he's one of those kids that once he gets going, he's kind of hard to stop.
And the girls, they seem to be doing what the girls usually do.
Yeah, they're doing okay. Yeah, if someone has a bad game, usually somebody there to pick them up with a great game. So, and that game is clearly no different.
Yeah, Taylor Mortis with a 232 in that game. Not shabby, eh?
Oh, Is
that Taylor?
No, that is not.
No?
I made a sub.
Okay.
That was Livia Montgomery.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I didn't make
that's
sure
okay.
On the sheet.
I'm trying to pay a little bit of attention to the girls as we go along here, especially when they get toward the end.
Right.
So I'm not really all familiar with names right now, but we'll get there.
Okay.
And the girls end up with 866 to 360 for Edwardsville, and I know they're short down by 1. But and how does that work actually? Does it average for the missing bowler?
There is, I think for varsity, it's just whatever the score is. I mean, that's the way varsity works. For JV, I believe they do 10 pins minus the lowest score from our side goes to theirs.
Okay.
So that's just to keep the JVs competitive, especially with like developing programs. But varsity is just scratch, so they're just minus a bowler.
All right. Well, enjoy this last game. We'll talk to you afterwards.
All right. Thanks.
That is Sean Hay, your Collinsville Kahok bowling head coach. And we're almost finished with the first frame here for the boys. And I'm going to step aside for a moment. We'll let you enjoy this without little play-by-play. I'll be back in a moment. All right, I am back, but we have some more commercials that we have to play. So right now, heading into the third, Collinsville up. Actually, they're down 150 to 126, but as I mentioned, we are only through 2 frames, getting ready to head into the third frame here of this final match of the night. So we will take a little commercial break here, and we'll come back and tell you all about it in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former Kahok Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahawk, always a Kahawk. Hashtag Kahawk Family. Once again, we welcome you back. And just like last week, I'm forgetting to update my scores, but I only missed it by 1 this time. Well, I guess the thing at the top of your screen only said 0-0 because I changed it during a commercial, and you can't do that, or else it doesn't show up. So 2-0, Collinsville has won. They have won the first 2 matches. 1,082 pins to 796 in the first one. 1,024 to 873 in the second one. And Collinsville has won 2, 4, 6, 7 of the first 10 head-to-head matches. So the Kahawks are in a very comfortable position here as we are in the middle of frame number 3 of game number 3. The girls are 2 bowlers into game number 2, or game number 3 for them. And right now, Collinsville is still up. But again, remember, I want to remind everyone that Edwardsville is down a bowler, so it's 5 against 4 on the varsity side for the girls, as one of the bowlers for Edwardsville had to duck out midway through the first matchup because of a migraine. So we hope that she's feeling better. A bowling alley is nowhere you want to be when you have a headache of any kind, let alone a migraine. So here we are in game number 3 for Collinsville and Edwardsville on the boys' side. And as of right now, Collinsville trailing but trying to catch up. 3 straight spares to start off this third frame for the Kahawks. And if Brandon Campbell is going to continue that streak, he's going to have a mess to clean up on 25. And here is his try right now. He'll take care of the 3 on the right side, but the 2 on the left stay up. Meanwhile, Bertles is back in the mix on lane 26 for Edwardsville. Tristan Ariana took his place in the last game, but Bertles threw a 146 in the first match. Ariana threw a 109, so I am guessing that Coach Olau has decided to go back to Bertles. Cole Buckman over on 25. He's ready to go. He had an open frame in the first, got a 7, and then missed the 3 pins remaining, and then a strike in the second. So here is Buckman on lane 25 for the third frame, and he'll leave up 3 again. Excuse me, Nevin Gooderman on 26 steps up for Edwardsville here in the third. And that one looks pretty good. It's a strike. Girls basketball is at home tonight. They're facing Waterloo, and it's their pink out game, so I figured since I wasn't going to be there, I'd go ahead and wear my pink out hoodie here at the bowling match. We do have some basketball for you tomorrow. Boys action. We will be in Alton on the road, as the girls will be at home against the Alton Lady Redbirds tomorrow. Man, Alton Lady Redbirds basketball team 17-0. Very impressive. Here's Ben Sloan on 26 for the Kahawks, and that's a strike. Ben Sloan has been pretty hot here in this match, 257 and a 227. Molina over on 25 for Edwardsville, leaves up one pin. Carter McFarland, the only senior in the starting five for Edwardsville. He has 3 straight strikes to start off this third and final match. Here is Hayden LeDrew, and LeDrew will get a whole game this go around, and he'll pick up a strike. That's 2 strikes, a spare, and a strike in the first 4 frames for LeDrew. And he'll make way for Jacob Taylor, but, well, I guess Taylor's going to go up before McFarland. Well, we're still actually waiting on Molina. Here is Jacob Taylor on 26. In there for a strike. Taylor had an open frame in the first, back-to-back spares in the second and third. Here's Molina on 25, and he will knock down 6 of the 10. Brandon Campbell on 26 for Collinsville. It's on the way. And good for another strike. 4 straight strikes to start off this 4th frame for Collinsville. Molina, who has won both head-to-head matchups against the number 2 bowlers for Collinsville, Connor Hartman in the first, and then a combination of Hartman and LeDrew in the second. He picks up his spare. Strike. Wow. Cole Buckman is trying to give Collinsville 5 straight strikes here in this 4th frame. No, that was a spare for Molina. Here is Hartman's try. Too much head pin. Carter McFarland trying for 4 straight strikes himself. And he will. He's excited. Buckman will have 4 pins to clean up, including a sleeper. Here is the try by Buckman on 26, and he'll take care of that one, no problem. Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville will throw it into the gutter. Collinsville is finished with the 4th frame. Bertles will have one more throw before he gives way to Nevin Guterman. And it's on the way from Bertles. This one's more down the middle, and he'll try to pick up a 10-pin spare, which he does. Now Guterman will go up and in the 4th. This young lady for Edwardsville with these different color patches all over her jeans, man, she's having a rough go. 3 gutter balls in the first 3 frames. She's bowling a 14 right now, trying to end the 3rd on a high note. Here is Guterman. He'll leave up the 10-pin. One more chance here for Guterman. There you go, young lady. Wasn't a gutter ball. Hold that head up high. Looks like she's having fun, though. Smiling. Nevin Guterman, the junior, on 25, trying to take care of this 10 pin and move us to the 5th. And it's in the gutter. So we go to the 5th frame. Collinsville trails by 8 pins. On the girls' side, they are just about finished with their, well, now they are, after a strike by Layla Gielko, and the girls are up 237 to 112. Here is Sloan. He'll mow them down the middle, and he'll leave up 4 of them. 2 on the left, 2 on the right, but not your typical 4, 7, 6, 10. It's the 4 and the 7 and the 3 and the 6. Thomas Rice already threw a strike down 26 for Edwardsville. So Sloan will try to pick up this spare. He'll go for the ones on the right, and that's all he'll get. And now Ben Molina up on 26 for the Edwardsville Tigers. He'll pick up a strike. Hayden LeDrew on 25 for Collinsville. It's on the way. And a strike. Carter McFarland trying for 5 strikes in a row on 26 for Edwardsville. And he will not be successful in that endeavor. Jacob Taylor on 25 for Collinsville. Swings that in from the right to the left side and leaves up 3. Carter McFarland on 26, trying to pick up his 2-pin spare. He will. Jacob Taylor has a 3-pin spare on 25 to take care of. 2, 4, 8. And it's on the way. He'll miss it. He'll get the back pin. Swung around that 2 and picked up the 8. There's a strike by Logan Bertles. He's happy about that after a couple of struggles. He got that 10-pin spare just in the last frame. Here's Brandon Campbell for Collinsville on 25. Campbell working on back-to-back strikes, going for a double. And he will get it. Back-to-back, had back-to-back strikes in the first and the second, then had a horrible split to deal with in the third. Got 3 of the 5 that he left. Nevin Guterman up on 26 for the Tigers. That is their head coach standing there next to him. Craig Olau. Cole Buckman. I think he just changed shoes. Open frame, strike, and back-to-back spares for Buckman. Here he goes down 25. And he will leave up the 10-pin. Gets the special blue sky with some puffy white cloud ball to pick up this spare on 25, and he is ready to go. And here it is. Good to go. Nevin Guterman on 26 has 4 pins to pick up. He gets some last-minute instruction from Coach Olau. Collinsville is all finished with their 5th frame. They sit at 420 pins right now, while Edwardsville already has 431. before Gooderman even throws this final ball, so Edwardsville will have a lead going into the 6th. Right now, it's 11 pins. And a spare will make it 15. 4:35 for Edwardsville, 4:20 for Collinsville as we enter frame number 6. Girls are almost finished with frame number 4. We'll switch sides. And here is Thomas Rice on 25 for Edwardsville. Slight split down there. Looks like the 3 and the 10 left. Ben Sloan up on 26 for the Kahawks. Good. 4th strike here in this final game. That was almost a nice try there by Rice. He almost got that 3-pin on the extreme right-hand side as that ball was heading for the 10-pin. Just about did it. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 26 for Collinsville. I thought that was going to be a strike. Yeah, that entered perfectly from that right-hand side. Ben Molina on 25 for Edwardsville. Takes down 6 of the 10, leaves up 4. LeDrew, he has a 4-pin left to deal with. Here is that try by LeDrew. And he just barely missed it. Started heading toward the left-hand side at the last moment, but it was too late. So an open frame for LeDrew after back-to-back strikes. Here is Molina trying to pick up his spare on 25, and he will pick up 2 of the 4. Jacob Taylor on 26 for the Kahawks. And that one looks good. It is. Taylor had a 2:14 his first game, 2:24 his second game. Here's Carter McFarland on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave a split, the old 7-4-10. Brandon Campbell steps up on 26. Campbell had an outstanding 268 in his first game. Went down to a 192 in his second. Trying to pick up another strike here. He does. That's a turkey. As McFarland will try to pick up this split down here on 25. He's going to swing it right between them. Cole Buckman, he's ready to go on 26. Buckman is the anchor bowler here tonight. And he's ready. There you go. The freshman Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville. Right at that head pin, and he'll leave the opposite of the 4-7-10. He'll take the 6-10-7. Collinsville's finished with the 6th. As we wait for Bertles to throw his second ball. His teammate McFarland just had the opposite of what's left down there for him, but Bertles will take care of 2 of the 3 left standing as McFarland went right in between them all. And it's up once again to Nevin Gooderman to finish out the frame. Frame number 6, getting ready to come to a close. Gooderman down 25 it goes. He'll pick up a strike, and that will end frame number 6. And after that, Collinsville, they still trail, but only by 4 pins now, 521 to 517 as we get ready to start frame number 7. Here's Sloan down 25. He'll leave up 1. Rice down 26. He'll leave up 1. Rice goes first. He'll pick up his spare. Sloan goes next. And he will pick up his spare. Looking at the Southwestern Conference standings, O'Fallon in first place coming into today's action with an 11-2 record. Belleville East is at 10-3. Collinsville is at 8-5. Alton in fourth place at 4-7. Belleville West in fifth place at 3-8. And Edwardsville in last place coming into this one 0-11. And there is LeDrew with a strike. Molina left up 2 on lane 26 for Edwardsville. Here is Jacob Taylor looking for back-to-back strikes here for Collinsville on lane 25. And that one looks good. Yep, it is. Molina on 26, trying to pick up this 4-7 spare. And he will. Brandon Campbell gets ready to go over on 25 here in the 7th frame. Here is his throw. That one's good for a strike. Back-to-back-to-back strikes for the Kahawks here in the 4th. Here's McFarland on 26 for Edwardsville. He will leave up the 10 pin. That's 4 in a row for Brandon Campbell. He had an open frame in the 3rd because he had a split. Other than that, he's been perfect. A strike in the 1st and the 2nd, and now 4 straight here from the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Here's Cole Buckman on 25 for Collinsville. He's looking for a double. Back-to-back strikes. Can Buckman do it? We're going to find out right now. That looks good. Yep. Double. McFarland trying to pick off this 10 pin over here, and he will. And now Logan Bertles and then Nevin Guterman. Collinsville, a spare by Sloan. And then 4 straight strikes from LeDrew, Taylor, Campbell, and Buckman. Here is Bertles on 26. Somebody distracted him. Okay. I don't know. No, they had. Were they missing a pin? I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the player, not the pins. Lady Kahawks are just about finished over here with frame number 6. Here is Bertles on 26. And he'll leave up 3. Got the head pin just a little bit on the left or on the right-hand side. Bertles ready to go with his 2nd throw here in the 7th. Oh, went over to the left at the last minute. It was heading right for that lead pin and then just peeled off there at the last moment. So now it's Nevin Guterman on 26 to end frame number 7. Guterman lets it fly. Leaves the 10 pin. One more throw coming for Guterman, and we will head to the 7th. And it looks as if Collinsville is going to take the lead after this 7th frame, helped out by 4 straight strikes after Sloan started this frame off with a spare. And it ends on a spare by Nevin Guterman, and after 7 in the books, Collinsville does indeed have the lead, 617 to 579, as we head to frame number 8. Layla Jaelko, there you go. A young freshman with a strike. Here's Sloan on 26 for the men, or the boys. Leaves up 3. Ladies are up 524 to 222 after 6 in the books. Thomas Rice takes care of a strike for Edwardsville. Sloan trying for his spare on 26, and he'll pick it up. Ben Molina on 25 for Edwardsville. He'll leave up 2. Hayden LeDrew. Down 26. Move over, ball, move over. There you go, good job. Nice ball up by LeDrew there, the freshman. Connor Hartman's just a spectator now. Threw a 152 in the first frame, or the first match anyway, and then really struggled midway through that second game, so Coach Hay brought in LeDrew to finish up the final frames, 6 through 10. Managed a 135. Here's Jacob Taylor, who has 2 200 scores to his credit, and he'll leave himself a split. Carter McFarland on 25, ready to go for Edwardsville. He'll knock them all down. As Taylor will try to figure out what to do with this 4-7-6 split he's got going on here. Here we go. He'll go after the 2 pins and take care of those. McFarland, or excuse me, Bertles on 25 for Edwardsville, right down the middle. So he'll have a 3-pin spare to try to pick up Will Bertles. Meanwhile, the guy he's facing head-to-head, Brandon Campbell, going for his 5th straight strike. And he will, God, a 10-pin moved over just a bit, but did not go down. So that'll take care of the 5 in a row, and into the gutter goes Bertles on 25. So that'll lead us up to Nevin Guterman on 25 for Edwardsville. Meanwhile, Brandon Campbell will try to pick up this 10-pin over here on 26 before he gives way to Cole Buckman, who is the anchor bowler for Collinsville. Here is that try. Oh, just missed. Second open frame in this 3rd and final game for Campbell. Here is Guterman. He'll take care of a strike. And now it's all down to Cole Buckman to end the 8th frame for Collinsville. And the Cahoks will still be in the lead. As right now, Edwardsville is finished with all 5 of their bowlers in the 8th, and they have 664. Collinsville, with Buckman yet to throw, has 706. Here is Buckman's try on 26, and all but the 7-pin. Out comes the sky blue with puffy cloud ball for Buckman. That's his go-to when he has 1 pin left. And here is that try. Good. 8th frame comes to a close. Collinsville up front, 7:35 to 6:64. Girls are 1 bowler away from finishing up their 7th. And Collinsville, as you would imagine, with Edwardsville being down to 4 girls on the varsity team, Collinsville's up 6-11 to 272. Here is Sloan with a strike to start off frame number 9. JV girls are finished, but they didn't have any competition. They just bowled for average. So they're already leaving the building. JV boys are in the 7th frame of their 3rd and final match. And it looks like the boys are up. It's a little too far away for me to see exact numbers, but looks like they're up. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 25, and he will pick up a strike. So back-to-back strikes for Collinsville to start this 9th frame. And for LeDrew, that's a turkey. One more ball coming up here for Thomas Rice. First, Jacob Taylor down 25 for the Kahawks. Ooh. I don't know what we're waiting for on 26. Maybe a ball return. Well, Jacob Taylor's already got his ball back. I don't know what we're waiting on Edwardsville's side here on 26. Here is Taylor going for a spare on 25. He'll pick up the 5 that he missed out on, and now Rice will throw. He'll take that spare. Brandon Campbell's already up for Collinsville on 25. Meanwhile, Edwardsville just now getting to bowler number 2 in Ben Molina. So Campbell will go first. Campbell down 25. Leaves up the 10 pin. Molina down 26. Leaves up the 7 pin. Campbell will be the first to go to try to pick up his 1 pin spare. Here is that try. And he'll miss. Back-to-back misses on 1 pin left. Here's Molina trying to pick up his 7 pin, and he will get that one. That'll give way for Carter McFarland, the only senior on the Edwardsville varsity roster here tonight. Bowled a 226 in his last game, and that's the only bowler over 200 for Edwardsville here so far today. And right now, McFarland sitting at a 162. But first, Cole Buckman will go on 25. Buckman leaves up the 7 and the 4. McFarland has to wait for Cindy Freeman to pick up her spare, which she does. And here is Carter McFarland down 26. He'll take care of all of them. That was a lot of head pin. He was kind of quite surprised the same way. Here's Buckman. 4, not the 7. Logan Bertles on 26 for Edwardsville. And that one's a strike. 3rd strike here in this final game for Bertles. And once again, Nevin Gooderman will end things for us here in the 9th. Gooderman looking for a double. The old double, and he will get it. So after 9 frames are in the books, Collinsville, they still continue to lead 8:20 to 7:53 with the final frame of the night coming up. Girls are just now finishing up the 8th frame. We'll be following the girls a week from tonight, a week from today against Alton. The boys, they have 1 match left at O'Fallon Wednesday, and then they start regional action Saturday morning. Here is Rice on 25 after Sloan left 1 pin up on 26. And Rice will leave up 2. Eight strikes in a row for Layla Jayoko, and she has a perfect game going right now over here for the Lady Cahoks. Just the 9th and the 10th frame left. We'll keep an eye on that as we finish up the 10th here. We'll be finished before they will. Sloan picked up a spare to give himself 1 extra ball, and here is the extra one on 26. He'll leave up 2. And Sloan will end up with a 189. That's his only game today that did not eclipse 200. Thomas Rice has a 164, and he has 1 throw, and there it is. And he will also leave up 2. And Sloan will win all 3 head-to-head matches against Rice. This one, 189 to 172. Here is Hayden LeDrew for Collinsville on 26 to begin his 10th frame. And he will have a couple of extra coming his way. Ben Molina, who has won back-to-back head-to-head matchups. First one against Connor Hartman. Second, once again, a combination of Hartman and LeDrew. And here is Molina's first ball of the 10th. He'll have a split, so... LeDrew getting himself ready to go on 26. He's ready. And it's on the way. Ooh, get over, get over, get over. Didn't hit the head pin, but he didn't go in the gutter. That's the most important thing. Here is Molina trying to pick up a split over there on 25 for a spare, and he will just get the 10 pin. And Ben Molina's 3rd game of the night will end with his lowest score, a 152. As LeDrew is ready to throw his final ball here of this night, and he will take out most of them but leave the 10 pin up, but he'll win the head-to-head match with a robust 230 against that 152. Meanwhile, Carter McFarland picks up a strike. He's got himself a turkey. Over on 25, Jacob Taylor trying to keep up. And he will with a strike of his own. Here's McFarland on 25. And back-to-back strikes. That will give him 4 in a row. Jacob Taylor will wait for the young lady from Edwardsville on 27 to throw. Now Taylor's ready on 26. And here it goes. He leaves up the 10 pin. McFarland, his final ball of the night on 25 for the Tigers. And he'll strike out the turkey, and he'll end up with 6 in a row. And he will end with a 242. That betters his 226 of the last match, and way better than the 164 that he threw in the first match, as LeDrew misses that 10 pin, or excuse me, Taylor misses the 10 pin, and Taylor will end with a 157. So McFarland will win that head-to-head matchup. Here is Bertles on 25. He leaves up the 6 and the 10. While we await Brandon Campbell's first throw on 26 for Collinsville here in the 10th. Campbell, he's ready. And there it goes. He'll leave 2. Jayoko just missed a strike on the 9th frame, so there goes that perfect game. Meanwhile, Bertles over on 25. 8 strikes in a row for Jayoko. Campbell trying to pick up his spare here on 26. And he will. Bertles. His final throw of the night. Down 25 it goes. And he'll finish with a strike. So Bertles will end up with a 151, his best game of the 3. Campbell already will win this head-to-head matchup as he sits at 187 with his final ball forthcoming. Here's Campbell's throw. He'll leave a split. But that's his last ball, so that one comes to a close, and he'll end up with a 194. 2 pins better than his last game, but well off the 268 he threw in the first game. Here is Nevin Guterman on 25 for Edwardsville. He is the anchor bowler. He'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Cole Buckman, the anchor bowler for Collinsville, ready to throw his first down lane 26. And here it goes. Good for a strike. Guterman trying to pick up his spare on 25 to give himself one extra throw, and he will. Buckman trying to play catch up here. And Buckman will step up for his second ball. Right before Guterman throws his last. Here is Buckman on 26. Ooh, leaves up the 10. Guterman's final throw. Already has his best score of the night. Sitting at a 195 right now. And he'll pick up a strike to end on a high note, and he will end with a 205. Buckman trying to pick up this spare. He will not win the head-to-head matchup. That'll be the only one that he doesn't win. And he will pick up his spare, and he will end his third game with a 178. Guterman will win the head-to-head, but Collinsville wins the night. 9:48 in that last game for Collinsville against 9:22 for Edwardsville. That was Edwardsville's best team score of the night. They started with a 796, went up to an 873, and went up to a 922. Collinsville went down all 3 games. They started with a 1,082, dropped down to 1,024, and then ended with a 948. But the Kahawks do win. We'll keep our eye on the girls here as they're just about midway through the 10th, but we'll finish up with our last bit of our commercials, and we'll be back to tell you all about it. And we will do that here in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Financial investments are very important,
but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud sponsor of your Collinsville Kahawks on the Kahok Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, see Jason Regg at his Edward Jones office at 1008 Vandalia Street in Collinsville, or call Jason at 618-344-0252 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from Kahok Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Once again, we welcome you back to Camelot Bowl as we just finished watching Layla Jaoko miss a one-pinner on the last throw of the night. She ended up with a 241, though, and that was a game that she started with 8 straight strikes. And I'm telling you what, Coach A, that girl's going to be fun to watch over the next few years.
She really is.
What's so special about her? Well, I mean, is it a form? Is it a throw? Is it the way she throws?
The secret is, and I know there's some little debate on this, but she has done multiple sports, and so she has not learned just bowling-specific skills. She's learned athletic skills. And with that comes the ability to change things, not worry about clinging to something too long. And so she's got a lot of work to do in the summer. There's some things that definitely can be improved, but The big secret to any of kids is get them involved in more than one sport. And I know that seems to take away from, well, they're not going to advance as fast. In the long run, it's so much better for kids in any sport to be playing a second sport and just enjoy themselves and have fun.
What other sport does she play?
She has played basketball. She's played volleyball. She swims. She just does a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So.
All right, cool. Let's switch back over and talk about the boys since we covered them tonight. Not a bad game, man, at all. I mean, you won all 3 of the team matches. You won 10 out of the 15 head-to-head matches. So I would think that after what we saw against Belleville West last week, you have to be happy with this.
This is definitely better. Definitely better. There's still things we need to work on. Saw a few too many of those 9 opens. And we saw them from people who don't normally do that. So I have a feeling that our match with O'Fallon at O'Fallon will probably we should have that. Again, we need to be in the zone and not doing that going into the regionals.
How do you like those lanes over there at St. Clair Bowl?
Oh, we're fine. I mean, literally, if you bowl in that house, there's 3 different parts of the house, or 3 different parts of the house play differently. So it all depends on which end that we end up on when we go there and bowl. Same thing with the state finals. You can track it over the years. There's certain blocks that score better than others. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And so we always, best thing to do is put yourself in a position to be in the right block.
Hayden LeDrew came in for Connor Hartman midway through that second game and threw a 230 in the only game that he got all 10 frames in.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Well, he was high on the last game. So, yeah, he was able to come in and not overthink things and just put the ball in the pocket.
Look, man, you got Ben Sloan at 257 for his high. You got Hayden LeDrew at a 230. Jacob Taylor at a 224 for his high. Brandon Campbell at a 268 for his high. And Cole Buckman at a 246. Man, if you could get that all in one frame, all in one matchup.
That'd be an incredible game.
That sure would be, man.
Definitely.
All right, thank you very much. We will be here 1 week from today to hang out with the girls.
Definitely, and thank you for wearing pink today.
Hey, sure, no problem.
Pink out.
Pink out. That is Coach Sean Hay, the head coach of both the boys and the girls team. We appreciate him joining us. The pregame and the postgame and in between all the games as well. And as we mentioned, we'll be back here 1 week from tonight to follow the girls as they take on Alton. Speaking of Alton, we will be at Alton High School tomorrow to bring you some boys basketball action. We'll be on the air around 7:15, depending on that junior varsity game. And that is the only games that we have for you this week. Today's bowling and tomorrow's basketball because I am going out of town to Las Vegas for a wedding. I leave Thursday, so I will miss the 2 Belleville East games. The girls basketball team at Belleville East on Thursday, and then the boys rematch with the Lancers at home on Friday. Unfortunately, I'll miss both of those, but I have been told that Mr. Steve Stock, who runs the Belleville East live stream thing at the school, he is going to do both of those games. Obviously, he was already going to do the home game because that's what he does there at the at Belleville East on the girls on Thursday. But he has agreed to load up his equipment and bring him to Collinsville High School on Friday night to cover the boys' game since I am not going to be there. So you'll get to enjoy someone else other than Mr. Todd Duke's voice for a change. How about that? All right, again, a big thank you to everyone involved, Coach Hay, and, of course, all the bowlers. And until tomorrow night from Alton for boys basketball, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone enjoy the rest of your evening.